Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines, where in the last episode we built this beautiful looking infrastructure farm area with a separate rail connection down to the university area, which we still have to finish today. We still need to add a passenger station, so that is one of the things that we are going to do today. This is getting a little busy, as I said in my last video. The train station does produce a lot of traffic whenever a train comes in, and of course the farm area produces a whole lot of traffic on its own, even though it's only making us like 5 grand. I had hoped that would be more. Let's see, do we have any policies? Advanced automation. Robots and other automated systems make the production process faster and more accurate. Increases production output. Increases building upkeep. You know what? We're losing 100 grand a week anyway. I mean, if we look at our finances, but we'd better not look at our finances. So what's 10% more or less? Safety at work is supervised more carefully with strict standards and regulations. Increase workers' health cost 1 per affected worker. No thanks. Packing and scheduling of the deliveries is more efficient due to advanced inventory and vehicle tracking systems. Increases the storage capacity of extractors and processing buildings by 20%. Increases upkeep cost of industrial buildings by 10%. Yeah, I think we can use that one as well. Excellent. So yeah, busy, but no traffic jams. People do have to wait a little bit to enter a junction, but that is normal. So we're not going to spend too much time on that today. What we are going to be starting with is, of course, like I said, the passenger station. Maybe even start the tunnel that I mentioned last episode. Or maybe not. Maybe the passenger station will be the end of the line for now. Why are there so many trees on the path over here? Any more trees on paths that I should remove? No? Okay. Alright, so, but before we begin today, there is one little bit of housekeeping that we need to do. We have our water treatment facility over here. And I had a naming suggestion for that from Rusty Walker. He suggested yellow water, or kakadu, I think it's pronounced. Treatment works. And I really like that name. So we are going with, I hope I typed that correctly. Let me double check. Yep, I did. Excellent. That is now the name for our water treatment facility. Thank you very much, Rusty Walker. And if you have any naming suggestions for any other areas on the map, we still need a whole lot of names. We have the park over here, the industry area over here. Marley Beach and Manta Bay are already named, but High District still needs a name. Amity Square still needs a name, and Florence Square can also use a new name, and Cypress Meadows as well. Excellent, excellent. So let's get started with our passenger station at the university, and we'll see what happens after that. here we are. Another update, another train station. I feel like I've been building nothing but train stations these last couple of episodes. So yeah, hopefully this is... No, it probably won't be the last one for a while, because we still have train stations to build over here and in the rest of the city. So won't be the last one, but hopefully the last one for a couple of episodes. So I used this 4-track train station from the workshop, which I think looks excellent. It's not too big in terms of the length of the platforms, but it is big enough for this location that it has 4 platforms altogether. I also built this custom little bus station. I didn't detail it too much, but we put in these little shelters where people can sit, added some benches, added some trees, added a nice little rock over here. One thing I did notice is I used these new concrete slabs from the last DLC to use as an underground for the concrete instead of having to paint it, so I can have some better curves, better edges. And I did notice that it is pretty much impossible to put a bus station on, at least a new station, on top of a road that has one of those concrete things beneath it. So if you are having issues placing your bus stops, that might be one of the reasons why. Also, we did some more parking over here, some more parking over here. I added another biofuel bus depot and a little bus depot office to make sure the buses don't have to come from, you know, the complete other side of the city. So we have a bus depot over here. I also added a road maintenance depot. I think this is the first one in the city. We probably need a couple more with how many roads that we are putting down everywhere. So that's something I have to keep an eye on a little bit better. Also, stuff like this, this one here. The park maintenance building is something we haven't put down yet, I think. And there are a couple of other utility buildings that we haven't used yet. Now over here we have this cool little road that I decided to put all the way across the train tracks. I needed a road on this side of the train track so we could add our ferry stop on this side. I also curved it around over here, and I made the trains go down into a tunnel. I don't know if it was very obvious during the time lapse, but if we take a look, I split the train tunnels up already and pulled them all the way to where I think they need to go. This one is going to come on land over here somewhere in the future, and this one is going to come on land over here somewhere. And this will be another village. Not something we're going to do now or in the near future, but you know, it's good to have all the same. Plus, I think it looks much better over here if it disappears into a tunnel, even though there won't be any trains on it. It just looks better than to just have the rails stop in the middle of nowhere over here. So over here on the beach, as I said, created ferry stop already. Don't have it connected to anything yet. Looking at it from above, I think the ferry is going to connect to this island over here if we decide to build on this one. I haven't decided that yet. And something over here, of course. And then what else did we do? I also filled in the rest of, not the rest, a big part of the village over here. Not sure if that's gonna make it into the time lapse. I mean, you've seen me done this a dozen times by now already, and really isn't that much about it. I just go to find it, I open up my low density residential eco buildings, and I select which buildings I think look best in the neighborhood. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna include that, but maybe I have, maybe I haven't. You will know by now. I have yet to edit this video. Excellent. Now, the next thing I said we were going to do was subway, metro stuff, but I was looking at this beach over here, and we have this road come down over here to a ferry station, and this, to me, this little beach area, I don't think it will be a beach where people go for sunbathing and swimming and stuff like that. I think this would be a beach where there would be some hotels. And it just so happens that we had a hotels and retreats DLC not too long ago. And if I'm remembering correctly, there is a new hotel tab over here. Yeah. And if we look at the new hotels, we have already used one of them. I think this one, the conference hotel. They do have some requirements for, you know, stuff that needs to be around it. Nature, tourism, shops, offices, stuff like that. And if they don't meet those requirements, they will cost you a lot of money. These hotels cost a lot of money anyway to begin with, like this one over here, the Ocean Resort. 3,800 per week. Well, it's not like we're making money anyway, right? We are currently losing 127,000 a week, which is absolutely ridiculous. So don't look at that anymore. But yeah, as I was saying, I think this could be a cool little place for a little resort or retreat. And since it is so close to the water, and we have this boat hotel and we have this ocean resort, and I also have, if I remember where it is, this one over here, the Marina Hotel, which I downloaded from the workshop. And we have other stuff like the floating cafe. So yeah, I think we could make a cool little water retreat, water hotel, village type of thing over here, which would give us a reason for this road to exist other than the ferry depot. So it can come down over here to the hotels, and then we can connect it up to the national road over here. And then this part of the island in between the rail and the hotels and the retreats could be something like, I don't know, a park or a nature reserve. We already have a couple of those, but I don't think you can have ever enough of those. So I think that would be a very cool little area to build over here. And then on this side of the aquatic center, oh, we won a lot of matches. Excellent. Very well, very well. When is the next match? Oh, there's a current match. Excellent. Well, hopefully we'll win that one too. But yeah, on the back of the aquatic center over here, I was thinking maybe a nice shopping mall. If we take a look, we did have a content creator patch. Not patch. We have the shopping malls content creator pack, which has a couple of, well, that's not the right thumbnail, but okay. We have a couple of cool little restaurants that we can put down. Some cool other facade type looking buildings. I don't know, what is this? Retail, growable. Doesn't look like anything at the moment. Interesting. So yeah, a whole lot of these growable shopping buildings, but we also have a couple of unique buildings. Ooh, that is loud. We also have a couple of bigger unique buildings, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like this one, the traditional department store. And I think I have also downloaded a couple. Oh wow, this is huge. Whoa, look at that. That is not something for over here, but we will definitely use that somewhere. But not over here. I think that's a little bit too big. This one is a little bit more moderate. This is a cool looking one as well. This would probably be pretty cool looking. This one is a cool looking building, like I said. This one as well. I think these two would go pretty nicely together. What if we were to take a road and none of these roads is straight over here? So let's say we do something like this, and we put this one over here and this one over here. They're the same size. They look like they're the same. You know, this needs a bigger road. Let me just get a better and bigger road for a second. I really like this large avenue with grass. Well, like that. And then this one on this side. Excellent. Then we can add a few of the growable buildings around it, add some more parking, make sure there is a bus stop nearby, stuff like that. I think that would make an excellent looking shopping center over here, which would fill in another little patch that we have over here. Maybe we could even make it a pedestrian area. No, I don't think I want to do that. Let's just get this rock out of the way first. You know what? Let's get all of this out of the way first. Excellent. Biffa would be proud. And then we can, like there, add a connection. And then we can probably add one over there. Excellent. And then we fill in the rest with some commercial, maybe some parking over here. And maybe we could even connect that up to over here as well. This little open spot will be filled in just like over here with low density residential, but that will be something that I'll be doing somewhere in the future. But yeah, let's take a look at these two buildings. We have 5 tools. We have a bottom floor and a top floor. Oh man, I really have to turn down, I don't know what's it called? Depth of field, that is how it's called. So let's turn it off. I like it for the cinematic videos, but for day-to-day gameplay it can be rather annoying. So let's turn it off for now. I'll probably forget to turn it on again for the cinematics, but that's okay. So yeah, we have 2 levels over here, a bottom level, top level, shops on the front, shops on the back. We even have a nice looking building over here, even though I don't think this is the entrance. So yeah, stairs. Excellent. Looks really nice. And over here, again, a top floor, a bottom floor. Stuff at the back, containers, parking. So make sure to add roads to the back. Ocean City Mall. Excellent. Yeah, let's build out this mall. Let's create our little resort over here. And let's see how that will look. Right, here we are again. The shopping mall is looking pretty cool. We have a lot of unique buildings. These open air malls and open air mall phase 2 are both unique buildings. I did add the posh mall as well, just because it fit in here perfectly. So, okay, somebody's cheering. Okay, added some parks, added some growables, and yeah, it looks pretty decent for a shopping mall, I must say. Then over here we have Willow Heights, which is basically our how do we call it? It's a park, reserve, retreat, nature thingy. We have some hotels. We have the Ocean Resort. We have the Boat Hotel. We have the Marina and Hotel. And obviously we have a whole lot of rental cabinets over here. One of the new parks, which it looks all right. The water isn't the greatest, but you know, having water in these parks is a big step forward anyway. Not quite happy with how this resort looks. Willow Heights. Obviously, we need another name for that, but not really happy with how it looks yet. So we might do a little bit of work for this in some of the next episodes. But for now, we have our hotel and retreat area over here, which I think fits in pretty nicely. And now that the shopping mall is here, I put down some roads for filling in the rest of this area, which we will do in a future episode. I think for now, we are done with the university area. We have the Ferris Isles Institute of Social Sciences, so that is nice. We need a name for the High District. We need a name for the Willow Heights. If you have a name for the farm area, that would be cool as well. So please leave those in the comments. Before we get over here, I need to explain a little bit of this. This aquatic center, and we cancelled and we lost the game in between, I see. But this aquatic center gets incredibly busy whenever there has been a game. When the game ends, like 1,000 people get out of these doors, and then they get into their pocket cars and they all want to leave in the same direction, which causes massive traffic jams. But since we added the train station, the bus station and the metro station, that doesn't happen anymore. So public transport really does work in our city. I was watching this for a while. I watched a couple of games and 99% of people, I think, will walk down to either the subway or the train station. And those who do come with their cars, they park here on the parking lot. We removed a whole lot of traffic from these roads by adding these public transport options. So yeah, that alone justifies why we have built this in this last episode, I think. This is obviously still busy with all the traffic from the farm and all the traffic going to the cargo train terminal. But, you know, it's not that bad. It's busy, but it's not backing up anywhere. It's not gridlocked. It's just busy. That's how it is in real life. So I don't mind that at all. So keeping in mind that adding public transport to our university area reduced a whole lot of traffic for us, I've decided to add the next train station in over here. This is one of those bypass stations that I'm not sure where it's from. It's from the Train Stations Content Creator Pack by Bad Peanut. It was nestled in between this main road and this main road over here. The main road which academic report, thank you. The main road which I connected over here through the mountain with a tunnel, like I said we might do, to Florence Square, which also needs another name, by the way. So if you have a suggestion for that, please leave it in the comments. We had this little bit of awkward space over here in between the main road on this side and the main road on this side. So I decided, why not add a small train station to it? We will be adding a bigger train station in the city over here somewhere, probably at the mountain over here, an end station with 6 rails or maybe even more. But I thought, you know what, this little area needs access to a train station as well. It has this cool ground bypass train station. I really like the way it looks, and it's super busy. It really is. Even though it's at the edge of what is now downtown, there are so many people getting on trains over here. It's ridiculous. I did add a bus station, small one over here as well. We have a compact bus station. We don't have any lines connected to it yet, I think. I also added a small metro terminal that is hooked up to the rest of the metro, and for the rest I added, you know, some offices, some shops, a taxi depot, a taxi stop, some parks. I did a little bit of detailing, some more offices over here. We added the intelligence agency on this side with some more parking back over here. And over here we added a bus depot as well. For this one is for sightseeing buses, I believe. And we don't have any sightseeing routes set up yet, but we'll definitely will be adding some of those throughout the city in the future. So next episode we are definitely going to continue this area over here, which is still called Amity Square at the moment, but we definitely need a better name for that than Amity Square. So this is supposed to be the financial district, but I realized when I was looking around this episode that we don't have any financial buildings at all in this area. So we're going to add some banks. I have a couple of workshop assets downloaded as well. We're going to add another football stadium over here, a soccer stadium, so that we can have a rivalry within the city between the Copper Bowl and whatever stadium we choose to be over here. Fill in a little bit more of these areas over here. So yeah, that is the plan for the next episode. Fill in the rest of Amity Square. And with that being said, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.